Welcome to the Coffs Coast, New South Wales for day 3 of what has been an epic Rally Australia. The competition on the first 2 days has been fierce. 2 totally different legs that have turned the 2011 title race on its head. We have a thrilling final day in prospect. The outcome of this Antipodean adventure will be decided on the power stage. Championship bonus points are up for grabs, vital for the day 1 victims. Mikko Hirvonen is our featured driver and just 1 day away from clawing himself back into title contention. We'll follow his every move. There are still 99 kilometres of blisteringly quick outback stages to run here in Australia. We'll bring you every single twist in the tail. When it rains here in New South Wales, it rains hard. If World Rally is a battle with the elements on the first day here in Australia, the elements won. Torrential rain transforming the dry bush stages into a quagmire. Ken Block clattered a gum tree. And he wasn't the only one to go walkabout. Thankfully, all escaped unharmed. But the biggest shock was the sight of world champion Sebastian Loeb rolling his DS3 out of contention. His closest title contender, Sebastian Ogier, then crashed into a tree, crushing his radiator and any hopes of drawing level in the title race. Petter Solberg had his scrapes but escaped unscathed in third. But it was Ford's, Finn's, Latvala and Hirvonen that shook off the rain and came out the other side smiling. With the 2 Citroens of Loeb and Ogier out of the fight, Mikko has a fantastic opportunity to get back into title contention. It's his last chance. If day 1 was total devastation, then day 2 was the opposite. There were still further mishaps in the morning. But up ahead, Jari-Matti Latvala eased in front of Mikko into the lead, both of them holding off the challenge of Petter Solberg in third. At the end of the day, Jari-Matti leads with Mikko in second and a better road position for this final leg.
Well, main thing is to get better behind, and it would be very important for the team to get first and second place, so just keep better behind first, and then we'll see if there's time or gap enough that we can play a little bit, then we'll see if it's possible, but need to finish the day anyway.
The Coffs Coast roads are far from done. 6 stages remain, 99 kilometres of slippery mud and gravel roads, including the longest stage of the rally so far, the delicious 30-kilometre plum pudding. But it all ends with the power stage. For the first time this year, Jari-Matti Latvala leads the WRC boys into the final day, followed by his teammate, Mikko Hirvonen. Petter Solberg lines up third in his Citroen DS3 after a weekend plagued with setup issues. What a weekend for Matthew Wilson, though. He goes 4th ahead of Khalid Al-Qasimi and Evgeny Novikov in 6th. The 2 recovering Citroens of Sebastian Ogier and Loeb go 7th and 8th today. We can expect a charge from them, with Henning Solberg, Peter van Merkstein and Ken Block rounding out the starting 11. So, here we go then. It may well be the end of winter in Australia, but the sun has been shining on the Ford boys this weekend. Jari-Matti Latvala blasts his Ford Fiesta into this final day. The Finn is charged with road sweeping this morning, and the 14.8 kilometres of this Booker stage is the fastest of the day. Jari still chasing his first win this year, but remember, we could see team orders enforced, gifting the win and maximum points to this man, Mikko Hirvonen. He is Ford's championship challenger and needs anything he can to close the gap on Loeb and Ogier in the fight for the title. This really is a stage that sorts the men from the boys. As Mikko comes towards the end, keep an eye on the clock. And that's a good start to the day, closing the gap, now just 17.3 seconds behind his teammate.
Morning, Mikko, that's 5.4 quicker than Jari-Matti. Nice clean run.
Yeah, that's a scary stage. Bloody hell, it's so bloody fast. But it was okay anyway, good time there, but not so enjoyable.
Petter Solberg, just behind Mikko, has been hampered with setup problems all weekend. But that DS3 certainly looks sorted this morning. Petter and co-driver Chris Patterson doing all they can to keep the pressure on the Fords ahead of them. As we've seen all year from Matthew Wilson, consistency has been his strength, and he's playing to that this weekend, capitalising on the mistakes of others and on course for a fantastic fourth place. And what a whirlwind weekend it's been for Kiwi and PWRC competitor Hayden Padden, 6th overall and on course to take the Production Car Championship. It's been a fantastic performance from Hayden. Meanwhile, up ahead, there's confirmation of Mikko closing in on his teammate and rally leader Jari-Matti Latvala. On board now with Evgeny Novikov. The Russian has been making mistakes all year. And that is another one. That is a huge accident. Let's take another look. An incredibly violent off for Evgeny, and he is going no further. That is a crumpled Fiesta blocking the stage. Here comes Sebastian Loeb arriving at the scene of the accident. There is the car blocking the stage. And sportingly, Sebastian actually stops to make sure Evgeny and Denny are both okay. Well, scenes of devastation down on the stage, but both Novikov and Girardet are unharmed.
Was a mistake in a pace node. The corner was tightened a little bit at the end, and it was flat in the pace node, but it was not flat, so we came too wide. So the car came on two wheels, and then we started to roll.
Disaster for Novikov, but all of that plays into the hands of the recovering Henning Solberg. But he's gone off the road as well. What is going on this morning? From the onboard view, we can see Henning just carries way too much speed into that right-hander. And that is more vital time lost for the Norwegian. But thankfully, Marshall's on hand to get Henning and Ilkka back on their way. After all that, Latvala remains in the lead ahead of Mikko, but can Hirvonen catch and pass his teammates, or will it be team tactics that awards him the win? What a morning of car-crushing action, and there are plans afoot in Australia. What are Ford going to do? Join us after the break to find out. Welcome back to Coffs Coast, New South Wales. The Ford Fiesta's running 9/11 stickers today to mark the 10-year anniversary of the New York tragedy. Jari-Matti Latvala, our rally leader, driving one of those Ford Fiestas. Coming to the end of the stage now, and so far no sign of team orders. Well, no, I take that back. Jari is definitely slowing at the end of this stage, supporting the team and his teammates, and he will drop to second behind Mikko.
20 sekkaa. 15 sekkaa. 10 sekkaa. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nyt maaliin.
Anything around that? Yeah, Matty, we were listening to you. We got the feeling maybe you just slowed down or stopped before the yellow boards. Is that right?
Yes, I stopped before the yellow board. So we have decided in the team that as Mikko has better chances in the Drivers' Championship, so he can win the rally, and I need to support him.
So Mikko will be our new rally leader, and he'll know that Jari has slowed down at the end of the stage, meaning he is now on course for 25 championship points, his teammate paying the ultimate sacrifice.
I lost the title by 1 point, so I know every point, but we can get it really counts.
Well, we were expecting Sebastian Ogier into the stage, but instead it's his teammate Sebastian Loeb. Where is Ogier? Well, we've picked him up now, but that Citroën is not running at full rally speed. He did check into the stage late, incurring a 5-minute penalty. Perhaps a mechanical problem with his DS3, but either way, that's going to play into the hands of his teammate for the final points position. In the meantime, this is Hayden Paddon, undoubtedly the biggest rally of his life, on his way to 6th place overall and the Production World Rally Championship. Well, that's Ogier going again, but he stopped for a further 10 minutes in the stage.
Sebastian, late into the stage, you stopped for 10 minutes or so. What's going on?
I received a team order and I respect it.
When did you receive that team order? At what point? During the service break or some point this afternoon?
I have no comment about that. I received it, that's it.
Well, perhaps the ultimate team sacrifice. Latvala yields to Hirvonen, while Ogier waited in the stage for 10 minutes just to hand 10th place and the final point-scoring position to Sebastian Loeb for his championship campaign. And so, onto the power stage. Extra points up for grabs for the top 3 fastest through the Clarence test. 4.58 kilometres of fast, sandy roads running along the outskirts of the forest, taking in long straights, tight hairpins, with 2 water splashes thrown in for good measure. This is damage limitation for Citroën. They'll be looking for maximum points as we cross to Paul King and Julian Porter in the commentary box.
Yes, this is going to be an absolutely flat-out attack from Sebastian Loeb. We don't see accidents. The same block did. He got away with that. Yeah, we don't see accidents from Loeb very often. I think I counted only 5 times in his entire career has an accident led to a retirement in his rally. It's a career that's lasted, what, 11, 12 years. It's quite some record. But that crash on Friday has opened a window for Mikko Hirvonen. These points are crucial.
I spoke to Loeb yesterday and I said, did he kind of feel like he wanted to fly home yesterday morning? And he goes, I made the mistake. He said, I've got to come back and try and score points for Citroën and the manufacturer. But also, he was thinking all day yesterday and all this morning about things.
Well, there we go. 1.5 up on the fastest time so far, set by Ken Block. As expected, Loeb is on a charge. There you go, 2:21.4, the time Loeb needs to beat to get into the top point scoring place and put him in a provisional chance to get 3 World Championship points. Let's see what he can do. Ooh, almost got some 18-1. 18-1. That is a good 4 seconds. 5 seconds were quicker almost than his time he set this morning. Loeb was quickest through here this morning.
That will take some beating, I tell you, that really will.
So decision time for Solberg. Will we see the reserve Petter or will we see all-out attack Petter?
He's on it.
Yeah.
Right over to the left-hand side.
That was obviously premeditated to stay to that side. Maybe that's where it's less deep. Keep the left wheels on the out of the water. 2:18.1. That's the time to beat. 5 seconds slower than that will still get him into the top 3 positions.
I think he'll go in the top 3 without a worry.
Oh, yeah.
It's whereabouts. Oh, how casual are we?
What would you expect anything less from Monsieur?
No, not from Monsieur. No. The coolest man in rallying.
Yeah. And Petter, possibly the most fiery man in rallying. Let's see what Mr. Hollywood can do.
He's on that long straight now, and 0.9 down.
Not much in it.
No, not a lot in it.
He does often finish these power stages strongly as well.
It's that last corner where he's got to get the front end in and get the grip, not run wide. That could keep him it.
Let's see what Petter can do.
I think we've answered the question of he is going for it.
Especially after he'll have received that split time. That will have given him a further incentive to keep attacking. Still lots of rocks and rubble being thrown around.